Hey guys, it's Filter SC here, and welcome back for another episode of What Did I Learn Today? And in this particular video, we're going to be taking a look at a game where I take an absolute beating in the early game, and there's a couple things I do that kind of help me stay in the game. Now, the most important one is I continue to make SCVs even though I've lost a bunch, and I'll show you how many I've lost. It's actually worker supply. I've lost 33 SCVs in the first 14 minutes and 45 seconds of this game. And that was 6 to Reapers, another like 15 or so to a few Banshees because my missile turrets weren't in good places. I actually ended up putting that one out. I didn't get Stim early enough to kind of push them away, and I didn't get an early Viking. And he kept making Banshees and throwing them at me, so he killed a ton of my workers. The other thing he did is he actually got a drop like right in here with some siege tanks and stuff, and he killed a few more. So as you can see, I'm in a really tough spot. Now the one area that I am going to have an advantage in is upgrades. But everything else, including economy, production, number of bases, the fact that my main's going to mine out, like I was not playing well this game and it really felt like I was going to lose. But there is one key factor that I was able to kind of take advantage of. Now I did do a little bit of a drop and kind of get a few workers, and I pulled my guys out and saved them. But because I'm playing a bio-based army and my opponent did a tank drop, I assumed he was going to be making tanks. I assumed I could be a little bit more active on the map, and just kind of maybe catch him off guard, if things go right. So it's really important that, when you do have an army like this, don't just park it at your ramp. Like, if I left my army here and he pushes all the way to there with 4 siege tanks, I'm going to lose the game instantly, right? So it's really, really important that you're active with your army on the map, and you make sure that you try to take full advantage of that fact. Because if I fight him outside of kind of my base, I should be in a good spot. Now what happens here? Well, my opponent, this is actually my scan, or sorry. Yep. That's my scan. So what I do is we'll pull back a couple of, try to pull back a little bit here, sorry. Pull back to 1452.
Armed and ready.
And I'll show you what I mean by being active on the map. Alright, so now we're on my vision. And you'll see I get a Viking, and I'm like, okay, whatever, that's normal. Oh, that's a Banshee. And I scan to kill off this Banshee, and I see his army here. Now, he has information with his Viking and his Banshee where my army is. So what he should do is not push his army forward. He's not in that big of an advantage, right? He really should be looking to come through the high ground, in all honesty, not through this choke. If he came up here and had tanks sieged up there, I couldn't go up that ramp. But he makes a pretty big mistake here. And of course the killers are bugged out. So because I'm active with my army and I'm playing a bio-based, I can punish this. And he's trying to fight in a narrow corridor with his army. And yeah, M21, he's 0-0. But because I completely caught out his army in terms of his positioning, that's where I won the game. And that simply comes down to grabbing your army, moving it around on the map, and being active with it. It's one of the biggest things that separates, a professional player from an amateur player, from like a very good Masters Terran player. You could be a really good Diamond player right now, you can be a really good Platinum player right now, but if you're not active with your army on the map, and you're not making smart decisions in terms of where it should be, then you're going to lose a lot of games. So just remember, guys, doesn't matter if you're Terran, Protoss, or Zerg, have an idea of what your army should be doing and keep it as active as possible on the map, especially if your army is mobile, or maybe you're playing Protoss and you have a Mothership Core with you and you can recall. Just make sure you're doing stuff with your army, because I've won so many games just because my army's been active on the minimap, and the worst feeling in the world is losing a game because your army's right here and your opponent walks up to your base and sieges you up and you lose. Anyway guys, this is Filter SC, and I will see you guys with the next video.